With the road ahead in a beautiful format, guys, we just wanted to take a look at a few more techs that you guys have already seen, may not have seen, who knows. That's why you're tuned in today. Welcome back. Before we get into that, make sure you look out for a Sky Striker profile coming just around the corner, as well as many other things, like more tech videos and more deck lists that may be good or maybe, well, you know. Shout out to the wise guys. Welcome back. Just a little slight intro, just in case you don't know who any of us are. I thought I'd break it down. Welcome back to the page, guys. Just wanted to talk about a select tech time this time where we're just running through a lot of the important cards that I feel like are going to be important going forwards, but have definitely shown thus far that they matter. Welcome back. In many different lists, you've most likely seen Retaliating Sea. However, Retaliating Sea just isn't good in enough matchups, and that gets bumped aside by a card like Gravekeeper's Inscription, in my opinion, which most definitely can end up blowing out specific decks. I would say DRACOTAIL, just because I've been playing it and I had it dropped on me a few weeks ago and it was actually really good. But that was in the initial testing and I haven't seen anybody use it since, so I wanted to mention it here. And let's get into what it does. It says specifically, neither player can activate cards or effects in the graveyard, neither player can banish cards from the graveyard, and neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyard. Why is that good against DRACOTAIL? Well, specifically it says you can't activate cards and effects in the graveyard, meaning you can't actually set the spells and or traps, which takes away the grind game, which takes away everything away from DRACOTAIL. And if you can't stick to fusion, or they interact with the fusion and it doesn't stick to the board, then you're back to square one. And if you can't build up your resources, well, then you're just screwed. Interesting card. And it's good in the other matchups too. Just make sure you notice that it says at the start of your main phase one. Let's move on. This one I actually did get sent to me. It came across my desk as the YCS was going on, and somebody was saying, hey, there's some dude in here with Performer Pal 5 Rainbow Magician in their deck. And I said, what in the world are they talking about? But then it definitely clicked immediately after that because, well, let's look at it. The pendulum effect says you cannot pendulum summon except from the extra deck. This card cannot be negated, and then each player applies one of these effects based on the number of set cards in their spell or trap zones. If it is 0, then all monsters they control cannot attack or activate their effects. And if it's 4 or more, the attack of all monsters they control doubles their original attack. Why is this decent? Well, specifically, guys, Vanquish Soul, if you ever actually look at the lists, they only have a handful of spells and traps in the main deck. Therefore, if you can stick this card, the math is not on Vanquish Soul's side to be able to counter a card like this, thus putting you out ahead. I'm just saying, if you can play it, I would try it out. Looking at you, DRACOTAIL. This next card has been specifically working for me. It has been a massive blowout, and I wanted to share it here. Skill Drain has been an historic tech for a very long time, but I've been using it inside of this format specifically simply because it gives you the ability to sit on really big monsters against other decks that specifically need to interact and summon monsters repeatedly to be able to build up to something. And they simply can't build up if they're getting skill drained. Just a simple observation. Although the acronym specifically would spell out to be MAD, I don't think I could be too mad at a card that's this cute, but it specifically says both players must keep their hands revealed this turn. Interesting. While their hands are revealed by this effect, if both have a card with the same name in their hands, neither player can activate cards with that name or their effects. It would also double up in not only being good against Vanquish Soul, but just in case you both have the same hand trap and you can't play through that specific hand trap. I'm just saying, this is also an interesting card. And it's a thrust target. Now the last card, while Ally of Justice Cycle Reader isn't necessarily good anymore simply because you can just reload the cards that you would end up banishing, making it not that great anymore, but it was very good against a deck like Drytron. Thanks. Quarantine very simply says neither player can special summon light monsters. I would highly recommend unless you've been under a rock, you didn't miss this card. I would just highly recommend looking at all of the Ally of Justice cards and have yourself a wonderful evening or morning or day for that matter. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm out. Ciao.